Hello. Sorry, I'm late. It wasn't my plan to be this late. I was just trying to get the camera to work. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna do audio check quickly, but in the meantime, I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi yín TV yẹn sílẹ̀ dẹ̀. So happy Sunday. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I have few topics to talk about. Today, and the first one I'm gonna go into is just about this Wasiwa Day. Okay, so yeah, the audio is good. So anyway, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be speaking about Wasiwa in the situation and also Iyabo Ojo again. It seems Iyabo Ojo just owned this whole of 2025, to be honest. And the thing is that she's not doing much. I think a lot of people are doing a lot and so much. Why they point finger at her? And I'm gonna break it down. I've been watching, sometimes I even get angry, like, why are you guys making everything seems to be like this woman is the evil one? But at the same time, I'm happy that she has a lot of supporter, to be honest. Because Tani Ofebolori Reshe. So but before I go into Yabojo's situation, I really quickly want to talk about this, because if you don't know, Dayo Amusa's son clocked one, our only son, which she labored, suffered, and everything before she was able to give birth to that one son. She had a birthday for the boy last week, I believe, and everything literally turned to battle between Yabojo and Lizzy Anjorin. Same thing happened. Mercy Aigbe was the one celebrating the life of her mom a few days ago and yesterday, I believe. And everything literally turned out to be like Yabojo became the center of the attention. And it seems this woman cannot drink water and drop cup. The people that will love it will love it. The people that will hate it will hate it. And I just don't get it. But before I go into that, I quickly want to dabble into this Wasiwa Day accepting his son, the Nollywood actresses, and celebrating, jubilating, and clapping like he did something spectacular after this woman has single-handedly raised her own child for 15 years. Even Biola Bayo raised money for her. Is because she was sick, not because she was raising the boy alone, but because she was sick, she was off screen. She couldn't act for a while, and nobody really know what is going on except someone really close to her, which is Kemi Korede, I believe, and she was the one jubilating most, as if she doesn't know who Wasiwa Ayinde is. Anyway, you are welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time you're seeing me, you're welcome. My name is Debbie. If you have been watching but you're still contemplating should you subscribe or not, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. And as you're coming into this live, even if you don't want to stay, can you please click the like button? It does help a lot, guys. Please click the like button. I would like you to click it because it lets YouTube know that someone is actually doing a live video. But if you're just here peeping, and the funniest thing is that if you click the like button, I don't know, nobody knows, you are anonymous, nobody know who is clicking the like button. It just signals to the YouTube algorithm that someone is live, and they can send it to or some other of my subscribers who doesn't even know that I'm back. A lot of them doesn't even know I'm back. I've been back on YouTube going to like 1 year now. So anyway, you guys, like I'm saying about Bisola Badmus, let me try and see if I could put a face to it and just see if I could show you few video. That lady Bisola Badmus, she's a very pretty lady, And she's one of these Nollywood actresses that I liked. Even years ago, when I heard that she gave birth for Wasiu Ayinde, I'm like, what was she thinking? That was what first came to my mind. Like, what was she thinking? Why would she do that? Because this man has history, some form or kind of history. If you people don't know, he has this issue of not looking after his children. Like it's something that he does. That's why some of them you will hear things and you'll be like, oh, really? They don't do that, especially when I heard about the MC Oluomo and that Nollywood actress that gave birth for MC Oluomo maybe about 3, 4 years ago, and MC Oluomo rejected the child, and the child looked exactly like MC Oluomo. It surprised me because I know we've never heard anything of such about MC Oluomo not looking after his kids. So that one was really a surprise. So I guess because he doesn't want the child, and maybe according to what we heard, he told the lady to abort the child, but the lady said no. So obviously, she kept the child, and because of that, MC Oluomo did not look after the child. And at some point, this lady was crying out if something happened to her, it was MC Oluomo and all of that. But in Wasiu in this case, in Wasiu in this situation, it's very, very different because Bisola Badmus will not be the only one. Even the one that is always shouting, naming herself Damilola Mashal. The history is that he didn't accept her as well until maybe when this girl was in university. So he's been known for that. He has a history of not being in the life of his kids, except those ones. I don't know, the one from the young wife. I don't know, maybe she's called Titi or something. Titi, I know Alfatia or something like that. Alfatia or Titi Masha, I don't know. Maybe it's Titi Masha or Alfatia. Sorry if I'm modeling it up. But I remember very well that it was said that that one was living with him for years. So I don't know whether he was taking care of those kids. But aside from those ones, so many times without number, we've heard about him not really looking after his children. In fact, I know one that used to be, I don't know if they are still friends, to be honest. One of my half brother used to be friends with one of his kids. Maybe that is the maybe second, first. I don't think it's the first, but it might be the second or the first self, because the boy should be close to 40 or 40 years now. If he's not 40, he's very, very close to 40 or in his early 40s. But with that one situation, I think it was the parent of the lady that said no, they don't want their daughter to marry Alagbe. So that one's case, I will say, is different. But in Bisola Badmus' case, let me just say that women, we are our own. When people say that you are your own enemy, the way that works is that it won't share, more or less, like you are the one doing you. Why would you bring yourself to that level of getting pregnant for someone that you know he is a serial deadbeat dad? That is number one. Secondly, why would you now let it be known to the world when this man already said maybe he doesn't want the child? That's the only blame that I will blame this woman. But then the child's want to come to this art. The child came and she said she's going to be responsible for her kids. But apparently, a lot of people have tried to interfere to get Wasiu Ayinde to be involved in the life of this boy, but he was not interested. I remember about maybe last year when this lady now came to Biola Adebayo's show, Talk to B. I remember that time that she was sick, and I think it was Kunle Afford that first brought it to limelight about her being sick. She has a brain tumor, I believe, and she doesn't really want to operate it. But that thing has taken over her entire life, simply because, when you have brain tumor like that, is benign, is not cancerous, but is pressing on some stuff whereby maybe she could have seizure, she could forget things. They said at some point she doesn't even remember her own child. Like, so it was the boy that helped her all through. So she's been dealing with this for almost 5 years now. And she's been living her life looking after her kids. But unfortunately, she sold a lot of things just for her to get to that stage. But she's scared to have a surgery. So I remember when she came to Biola, a lot of people were saying that there are so many people, so many good doctors that could help with the surgery, because what they will give you, no matter if it's a major surgery, they will always tell you there's a risk. There's a risk whenever you are under general anesthesia, whereby it's more or less like they take your breath away, like you're not breathing by yourself. It's just the when they intubate you, you breathe with oxygen, and anything could go wrong. I remember when I want to have my surgery, they asked me to sign as well, like if anything happens, do I want resuscitation, do I want this, do I want that. So it's like a protocol, let me call it that, the whereby you have to go through all of that. But I think Bisola Badmus, with Nigeria visions and all of that, she was scared. She didn't want to go through with that surgery, and she refused to do the surgery. But Biola Bayo said maybe they can work on it if there is a good doctors and other people. And I realized that some other people were telling her to join this my church, well, NSPPD, what God cannot do does not exist, which works. It does. A lot of people have seen healing, and I noticed that I believe she's joining, because a lot of things she writes these days, you will see her writing, what God cannot do does not exist. So I believe she's receiving her healing one way or the other. It's a process. It's not what do you call it? It's not something that happens in a day, but God will remember her. So anyway, when Wasiu Ayinde, I think it was Pride of Ijebu ceremony. I think she's from Ijebu as well. I saw that video on Yewande Akoya when they were having the, maybe few days before they now do the Gele one. I think all of the Ijebus come together, or it was one other event. I don't know. Wasiu doesn't have weekend. He literally book show back to back. This man has money, but I don't know. Maybe he was told not to ever get involved in raising his kids, allegedly. Because why I'm saying that is that there are some other kids that lived under his roof for years before they separated, which is those Alifatia kids. But the woman is rich, the woman has money. So I don't know whether she's the one footing the bills of the kids going to school and everything. But with the history, I can say that Wasiu was not known to be somebody that look after his kids. So anyway, long story short, they went to this event, and he was playing. He was now saying, Omo ti Bowale, oh, Omo ti Bowale. I don't want to play the audio, because I bet he knows a lot of people were talking about it, and he might, get YouTube to take out because that's a song. So anyway, I'll try and see if I can find the video of whereby those Nollywood actresses were jubilating, and I'm like, what's the jubilation about? Why are you jubilating? Because someone is not in their life, in the life of their kids for so long, and eventually even Biola Adebayo called on him, saying that, oh, you are our father, you are this, you are that. Please, can you please try and get in touch? She's struggling, because the woman is struggling. As at the time, she is really struggling, because that was what she asked for. But I'm happy for her today. she now has a scholarship. Someone gave the boy a scholarship because Biola Bayo actually announced it, that the boy has a scholarship. So whether he's Okwaye or Okuorun, or is living and not taking care of the child now has a sponsor, someone that wants to sponsor the child. I'm trying to see if I could get that up. Yeah, this is from how many weeks ago? This is from 62 weeks ago, when Biola Bayo announced that, thank God we finally got a scholarship. Thank God we finally got a scholarship for Malik Oluwaseun. May God continue to help her. I pray she will never lack money and the gift of good people around you. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting us since yesterday. I'm grateful. So this is the lady, and that's the boy. The boy is grown now. I'm going to show you video of the boy with the dad. The boy was just, he's not even laughing, he's not smiling, he's not like rejoicing. So I guess it was the mom that asked him to go and say hello to his dad, and the dad recognized him. That's the funniest thing. It's not that this man doesn't know this woman exists. He knows. It's just, I don't know how he sleeps at night, to be honest. I don't know. Because this lady was sick. She has brain tumor. She was struggling. Biola begged him. Kunle Afford also begged him. When you beg people openly that this lady needs help and your support. But I don't think he's ready, he's interested in doing any of that. And then he was singing Omo Ti Bowale, Omo Ti Bowale, as if it was the child that lost. The child did not. It's not that the child is lost, or you are not privy or privileged to see the child. You just decided to be what you are, literally not caring about how your children are faring. Are your children okay? You're just that person that don't give a hoot about what is going on in the life of your children, except if they are successful. So this is the boy. I'm trying to see if I can. So that's the boy with the dad. Excuse me. I don't know if the boy is spraying him money or something, but come on, Wale. So that's what he's singing, like Omobo Wale. And that's the woman. This is the lady. If you can see her, that's her over there. That's Bisola over there. She is just, looking, and someone was spraying money. And what I noticed there is that the moment the boy went up and was still started singing, I'll see if I can find the video. Kemi Korede was, hugging her, Fetia, all of them, they were so happy. And the lady, you can see her demeanor, she's not laughing, she's not smiling, she's not looking even happy. And same thing with the boy, and everything the boy is doing on that stage, he kept looking back to his mom, you know. I remember when Kunle Afford went to visit them, and the boy was with the mom, Kunle Afford even tell him, make sure you are looking after your mom, everything like that. And you can tell the boy was well raised. The lady did a good job. The respect, the way he greeted all the people that came. The way this boy is reacting to people, you can tell he was literally raised well. And I don't think this lady wanted anything. The only thing she requested from Kulia for that time is that for Wasia Inde to like step in, because the boy is really growing and the school fee is, increasing. And because she's not working, she's not a working actress. She said she can do little thing here and there without letting the brain erupt. Obviously, if you have brain tumor, it's not something that doctor will even advise for you to be good, because she can have seizure anytime, any moment. So anyway, Biodun Steven, Nollywood producer, was really ticked off about this. I posted that shot on my page. If you guys can check it out. But with what Biodun Stephen is saying, I understand, but at the same time, I think Biodun Stephen is coming from the place of she was also raised. Biodun Stephen is a Nollywood producer. A lot of people, she's really, really good. And I think she's a director, she's a producer. And she was literally pissed off about them dancing and rejoicing because Wasiu Ayinde accepted his own son. And she was talking from the place of ought. I'm not going to lie to you, because what Biodun Stevens needs to understand is that the trauma, the dance, all these things that this boy will have, especially seeing your dad on social media, seeing your dad playing literally weekly, people spending money for him, this boy will have a lot of question that he wouldn't want to bother his mom about. Like, why? Is it me? Do I have any issue? Like, am I the problem? Why did daddy rejected me? Why is he doing this to me? The boy will not understand all of this thing. I'm saying that is like a pattern, is a serial deadbeat kind of a man. And the funniest thing is that the way all these people are jubilating, some of them, they still hate their ex-husband for leaving them to foot the bills of the children, yet you are jubilating that this man is just singing. Is that going to pay the bills? Thank God for the scholarship that Biola Bayo was able to get for this boy. But what about the other expenses, the feeding, the clothing, the upkeep, and everything for this boy? And he has a dad that is literally, even if I read the comments under the section of whereby Biola Bayo was announcing that Malik has gotten a scholarship, I saw a lot of people saying that, is it not Wasiu Ayinde's son, like seeking for help? That's how people felt. So I understand where Biodun Stevens is coming from, but at the same time, I'm not going to fault Bisola Badmus for allowing the boy to go and meet the dad. The the thing there is that, does Wasiu Ayinde look like somebody that have a time of the day to even hang out with his own son? Does he even have the time to be the, you know, a daddy, not just a father, a daddy? Because it only takes a sperm to be a father, but it takes a lot of emotional, physical, spiritual, and all the other support to be a daddy. So I don't think he is ready to be that daddy anyway. So moving on, I'm just gonna say that I'm happy for Bisola Badmus, but she should not, and people should not stop helping her simply because they saw Wasiu Ayinde singing Omoti Bowale. Because that man, I don't see him playing with his money. I don't see him doing that, because the problem with him is that as much as he's a deadbeat, the next baby mama is waiting in line to get pregnant and have a child for this man. That's how it works. So anyway, you guys, I'm moving on to Yabo Joe, not Yabo Joe. It's actually Dayo Amusa. So if you have been living under the rock, I posted some few shots on my YouTube shorts about this. That Amusa had a party for our son, and I actually said my mind how I felt about that. I don't know if I should look for what the video I made and what I said, but I can repeat what I said, but I'm going to look for some of the video from that party, you know, some of the video from the party, whereby I think her name is Queen Madiva. Yeah, her name is Queen Madiva. Yeah. I think it's Queen Madiva. So, So this is the video I was telling you about. Um, this is the video. Yeah, that's Kemi Korede. She was so happy. Even Fetia, they were hugging her, hugging Bisola Badmus as if Wasiu Ayinde, that's the boy. I know that according to Bisola Badmus, she said that chemical radio has always been there morally, physically, monetarily, that chemical radio has always been one of these supporting hand, and also Biola Bayo and few other people that has always supported her through all these illnesses and sicknesses and everything. So I guess that's why Kemi is just happy that Wasiu Ayinde actually accepted the boy openly, but I don't think it's something of jubilation if it's not going to make any impact, because it takes more than money to raise kids. It's not just about money or anything like that. So anyway, like I said, I moved on to Dayo Amusa situation. So what I said in that video is that I think this Queen Madiva that sang at Dayo Amusa's party, I don't see any reason why she's mentioning Warrior, because the thing is, without mentioning Warrior, anything that has the name of Iyabo Ojo tag, like Iyabo Ojo's name is attached to it, know that Lizzy Anjorin will always attack it. It's crazy to the extent that even when they were talking about bandits, Lizzy Anjorin said it was Iyabo Ojo that they should look at Iyabo Ojo with those kidnapped children. That's how mad, like, that's how menace she is, to be honest. I'm not even joking. At this point, I really, really feel for her. I really does. So I try to fathom why she's so stuck. I mean, Lizzie, why she's so stuck on Iyabo Ojo so much. And with everything she's been saying about her supporters and few bloggers like Eyin just say that is always supporting her, that one doesn't always make any sense as well. Everything Buki just say will say, it sounds so insane and so stupid to me, to be honest, because why would you conclude that it was Iyabo Ojo that is trying to cancel Burna Boy? You said simply because Iyabo Ojo tried to cancel Naira Marley. No, Nigerians try to cancel Naira Marley, and it was started by VDM, not Iyabo Ojo. VDM started the cancel Naira Marley, and because he has this commanding tone with his rats, they take everything he said literally, and that's when it started. It wasn't Iyabo Ojo that started that, and I don't get it with these people. So Dayamusa had this party for the child, and the moment I heard the musician, I'm trying to see if I can get the audio whereby the lady was saying, the lady said, what did she say again? Tamba wa fun wa, ma wa fun won. Yeah, I think that's the song. Tamba wa fun wa, ma wa fun won. Àwọn warrior, tamba wa. Yes, that was what she said. What the lady said. She's a musician. Her name is Queen Madiva, and she went there. The moment I heard that, I'm like, and Iyabo Ojo was on the stage dancing with Mercy Aigbe. Even the moment she said it, Mercy Aigbe was like, she was looking somehow, because it was Dayo Amusa's baby's 1 year child's birthday. So Mercy Aigbe was standing right beside Iyabo Ojo. Dayo Amusa was on stage as well. They were literally spraying Dayo Amusa, and this musician turned everything and started calling Iyabo Ojo. I know she's a good supporter of Iyabo Ojo. It's good to support people. I just don't like you creating more enmity. Same thing I said during that Tony Abraham situation. The thing is that I get it. You might hate Lizzy Anjorin. That's why I said, whether they mentioned Warrior, they didn't mention Warrior, Lizzy Anjorin is always triggered whenever she sees Iyabo Ojo and she sees the way people are hailing her, Queen Mother. Unprovoked, Lizzy Anjorin will come out with one story. Because look at the banditry situation. She literally said that they should look to Iyabo Ojo if they are talking about those children that was kidnapped, because Iyabo Ojo tried to kidnap her. And she was going on saying that, look at the evidence, and everything she's showing, that evidence was literally showing a message that was coming from one of our staff saying that some e-locks were air, maybe some police or something. I don't know. Like sometimes whenever Lizzy Anjorin is talking, I don't even laugh anymore. In the beginning, when she started with Tonya and everything, I always laugh, even when she started with Iyabojo. But now I just pray for her. Like God will heal her soul, God will heal her. Because no matter what is eating her up, it sounds like schizophrenia to me. Because that is when you create something in your head and you believe that these things are real when they are not real. And another person that behaves like her is that Bukky Jesse. Okay, I'm gonna play a few short clip. I might not play the entire thing, but I'm gonna try and see if I could play because Lizzy Anjorin, Dayo Amusa actually won Lizzy Anjorin off and told, because the following day that thing happened, Lizzy did a whole show. The show was tailored around Dayo Amusa, but Iyabo Ojo was the main center of all our show. I don't know whether because these people make money mentioning Iyabo Ojo, because Iyabo Ojo's name has literally turned to gold this 2020.
Because I
Yeah,
could see
even me, I'm not
the
comfortable to be
countenance of someone
honest,
like
but you can't
Messi
really blame
Messi
people.
Aigbe. Tó bá jẹ́ pé pátì Ìyábọ̀ ló ń ṣe, ẹ lè má dárúkọ Warriors síbẹ̀. Ipe torí Ìyábọ̀
You don't even need to mention, because the thing is, even if you don't mention Lizzy, you don't need to mention Iyabo Ojo's situation. Don't need Lizzy mentioning. Anytime even Iyabo Ojo's daughter Priscilla did something, they don't need to mention Warrior or anything. But I noticed like a lot of fans, and the problem is that some of these people are just agent of chaos. Things that does not relate to Lizzy, they will say, oh, they will start putting lizard under Iyabo Ojo's comment. And one thing Lizzy don't understand is that it's just one thing I said that time as well. Iyabo Ojo can tell our fans, please, I don't want you mentioning this person's name on my page again. But do you think everybody will listen? No, they won't, because they already create that hatred in their hearts towards Lizzy, and there is nothing Iyabo Ojo can tell them or say to them that will change it. Even a lot of them are instigating that Iyabo Ojo should get her arrested, she should do this, she should do that. Although he is annoying, especially the kind of curses that Lizzy is always raining on children. Because like that, Amusa's one now, she was literally saying that, oh, yeah, Okuoma, they are doing burial of the child. And the child was just celebrating a year birthday, and I think that
Lizzy dárúkọ
triggered
Ìyábọ̀.
Dayo
But
Amusa.
pátì Dayo Amusa ló wà yẹn. Pátì ọmọdún kan ló ń ṣe. Why are you singing at a
You
party?
cannot just
Tẹ wá sọ orin
that.
bẹ́ẹ̀dì ọmọdé, tẹ sọ di ìjà. Ṣó lórí burúkú ni yín ni? Kí ló ta máa ń ṣe báyìí ná? Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni that stupid boye best. Ó lọ sí pátì ìyá Wàsíù Ǹjọ́sí. Ó ń ṣe tòkú ìyá àgbàlagbà tó ti kú. Boye best mú máìkì, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọrin òwe. Tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ máa gborí wọlé. Wọ́n náà ń ṣe tòkú ìyá arúgbó.
But why would they not sing? Like, this lady is not making any sense. Because what you're saying, I understand the fact that Queen Madiva actually mentioned àwọn warrior tán bá wá fún wa, àmá wá fún wọn. No, that one, I'm not going to be in support of it. Because the thing is that Lizzy is sitting on a keg of bomb. You don't need to even flicker anything before it bursts. So for her to now go to extreme and worry, you don't even need to say that. Look at this one now. Look at this non-entity. Literally saying that because Boye Best is singing Oriote. That is what even Wasiu that you are saying is doing his mama's burial. Wasiu will sing Oriote. That's what he is. That's the way they adulate people when they want them to spray for them. So if Lizzy go to any party now and they are singing and want to shake it, so then is Iyabo Ojo they are talking about. It depends on how you see yourself in the life of someone. If Lizzy Anjorin see herself as that enemy they are singing about, so be it. If you decided that you are that enemy, then that's your choice. But if they're singing for me and they are saying, I want Tami, I want Tony, I will dance. Yeah, do you not want your enemy to just, try to do something to you, and everything they plan for you is going on their head? So saying that Boye Best is singing with a
Boye Best bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọrin òfò, ó ń kọrin ìjà, ó ń kọrin ọmọ ọ̀tá. Kí lẹ rí tí Wàsíù ṣe? Wàsíù gba máìkì yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọrin fáwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa ṣe báyìí. And to crown it all, Dayo Amusa was there. Dayo Amusa could have blinked the musician.
No.
He said, please, not here.
Even it's not even Dayo Amusa. For me, what I thought is that Yabojo was looking at that musician, and Yabojo can do this to the musician, and Dayo Amusa will, even if Dayo Amusa tell the musician that doing that, it might offend Yabojo. So in that situation, Yabojo was the one that could say, no, Queen Madiva, don't mention them. But she's free to sing that. But putting our warriors, like, who are the warriors? They are just some people that hated Yabojo, not Lizzy fans. People don't get it. It's not that they are fans of Lizzy like that. They just hate Yabojo. That's what he is. She doesn't really have fans like that. A lot of the accounts are new accounts. A lot of them are fake accounts. Some of these accounts are like few people. It's not compared to the fans that maybe Dayo Amusa or Yabojo has. And this one is just saying trash. Musician cannot sing. Even Tokwe Alabi, that is a Christian musician, will sing about enemies and everything. That's why I said the only part I will kick against is for them to say, I'm a warrior. They don't need to mention her, because without mentioning her, she's already triggered. Everything triggers her. Anytime she sees the Yabojo, she gets triggered. And that's not how to live. You're not living for you. You're literally living for someone else. So that's after Lizzy Anjorin called Dayo Amusa's child a dead child or something. That is when Dayo left this audio, which I think is unnecessary, because if it's
I don't want to have any issue with you.
There's nothing
Neither do I want
like
you to have any issue
that
with
will
me.
respond. I will not.
We both are two parallel
You might be
lines
angry,
that
but I
can
will
never
not.
meet.
I will just pray for us.
The way you do your stuff,
Something is
the way you
eating
handle
her
your
up.
things, the way you interact with people, the way you mingle with people, the way you come for people is not my way. And I do not want to have anything whatsoever to do with you. I've known you for over 2 decades. We are not friends. We are not even acquaintances. And for that reason, that I do not want to have anything to do with you. Video to Kokoshi to call me out. That was after Timobimo, before he joke.
Anyway, I'm going to stop that. Dayo Amusa went on and on talking about how Lizzy called her out, saying that she was making fun of her under Esabog, asking people to drag her. She likes to throw accusation out there a lot. She throws a lot of accusation out. And to be honest, I don't understand it. I try to understand it, but I don't. So then, yeah, Mercy Aigbe was having our own mom's burial. People cannot have something and have Yabojo there. It becomes trouble, it becomes problem, it becomes something. Because another thing with this burial is that I know Yabojo's situation has covered the entire thing. With Mercy Aigbe and her siblings, I know a lot of people were talking about them, like, oh, they were not like in sync with each other's. They are this, they are that. But I'm thinking, did you guys forget it some years ago when the elder sister called out their mom, saying that their mom used the glory, all these blah, 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 water under bridge? I hope they have moved past it. But when I saw at their mom's burial, how it's more or less like it was Mercy Aigbe alone doing the mom's burial, It breaks my heart a little, but I can see the boy. I always say this: when say I brought up our kids in a certain way that you will know that these kids are brought up well. Juwon was literally holding on to his uncle, and he can really feel the pain of the uncle, because you can see the moment they ask him to do that. The one right beside Messi Aigbe, I think he was the one that followed Messi Aigbe, and is I don't know what to call him. I don't want to be ableist, or what do they call them. So he's not all that. So you can tell that it was the mom that would be maybe his carer, maybe, so he will miss the mom a lot. And this boy, even the way Messi just look away and ask them to go to the next sister to him, but it was Adekas that held the boy, held him to himself, literally, trying to calm him down, because he really breaks down. I watched it and I'm almost crying, like, oh my God, this is the one that will really miss their mom. He will miss their mom so much, because I bet he is with the mom all the time, because you can see, I don't think he will be able to do certain things by himself, and it's the mom that will be maybe his carer, so he's going to miss his mom. So anyway, water under bridge, they had the burial, they did all of this thing, and um when it comes to the party, the musicians started and everything just became about Iyabo Ojo. And you can see, like, every of the musician, whenever they play for her, they will just be like, "Tamba wa fun wa, ama wa fun wa." It's always like that. I don't know why, but I think these people instigate a lot as well. They instigate a lot of these things. And before you know it, people were calling Iyabojo. And I'm like, what's Iyabojo's own day? Is she the one that go and meet the musician to be doing that? Or the musician? For me, I know these people know what is going on. They just want to be silly unnecessarily, saying that as if it was Yabojo that told them. That's why I keep saying that, please, it's not about Iyabojo telling them anything. I think he is what he is. He is what he is. This, what do you call it? This lady is just triggered no matter what was said. Even if it doesn't concern Iyabo Ojo, think about the bandit situation. Even as far as Regina marriage breakup, Lizzy Anjorin literally accused Iyabo Ojo of saying that if
Who is this?
Regina, sorry, the way Regina left the husband now, they will see Priscilla will just marry Ned. And I'm like, that's why I said sometimes when Lizzy speaks, I just pray for her soul. Like, God, how can someone just say things? Do they not think about it? That is when I know that she's dealing with something deeper, and people are not really watching out for that. I see a lot of people making fun of her on social media, but the problem there is that everything she's saying doesn't make any sense. And the fact that she confidently always say, "Shoti yeyin, now, see evidence," and everything she's calling evidence, you see that she's not showing, you see that it's somebody talking to someone, you see that it's somebody putting comments on under maybe Yabo just post, even under blog, mentioning, oh, Lizzy's fans. And I'm like, how is this evidence? We know we're not lawyers, but there are some things that does not make sense. I don't know, maybe because I watch too much Criminal Minds, and I know, like, a lot of all these people with schizophrenia. In fact, some of them doesn't even say things that doesn't add up like the way Lizzy say things. I understand the lies, I understand, but when you're saying things and it's not adding up, How can you say that it was Iyabo Ojo that caused the breakup between Ned Nwoko and Regina when they are not even in each other's life? And why? Simply because Iyabo Ojo went to say happy birthday to Regina maybe 2 days after she broke up with Ned Nwoko. Maybe that is when she went on her page and realized, oh, she celebrated her birthday. I missed that. And you just concluded that, oh, why did someone leave their husband and you are celebrating? And I'm like, what is wrong with you? A lady cried out that the husband beats her. You guys are not even talking about the domestic violence. All you care about is for her to go back. And then it was Iyabo Ojo, because then Priscilla is going to, when Priscilla has a loving, caring, intentional man, why will she pray for her ancestor to come and be her husband? If it makes sense to you, please let me know in the comment section. And this one,
both spiritually, physically, you don't know who that woman is.
I don't know why
you see that other threat where you make, you can't do like this out of it. You can't do like this. The only person that can stop Lizzy is God. And Iyabo Ojo is responsible for this demon she's created.
How?
In Lizzy.
How?
Iyabo Ojo should be held responsible for that.
This
Lizzy was never
crazy.
like this. If all of you will be truthful, Lizzy was never like this. Iyabo Ojo and her
has always been like that. What is she talking about? Did this woman? Where was this woman? Is she inside something when Lizzy was doing the same thing to Tony Abraham? Where was this woman when Lizzy was doing it to Said Balogun? Where was this woman when Lizzy was doing it to Ronke Ojo? Where was this woman when Lizzy was doing to all these people, shouting at the top of your voice, saying trash confidently? Iyabo Ojo created a monster of Lizzy Anjorin. No, Lizzy created a monster of herself. She created a shadow of herself. Like, you're shouting at the top of your voice, blaming Iyabo Ojo for what Lizzy is doing. Ow! That's why I said the musician, fine, she triggered her. Lizzy don't need any trigger. The trigger button is living right in her brain. It's just like Lizzy is like a tickling time bomb that is about to burst at every name of Iyabo Ojo, every mention of Iyabo Ojo's name. Because what these people don't realize, shouting, hey, it was Iyabo Ojo that created the monster. How? Everybody has, you have to be responsible for your own behavior, for your own attitude. Nobody is accountable for your behavior on social media. You present yourself how you want people to see you. So what is it Iyabo Ojo that created the monster when Tony Abraham was being tracked by Lizzy Anjorin unprovoked? Was it Iyabo Ojo that created the monster out of Lizzy Anjorin when Lizzy Anjorin was dragging Ronke Ojo unprovoked? Even the lady that Lizzy claimed caused the fight actually came out and said that everything Lizzy was talking about never happened in New York. This is why I said that it seems like Lizzy is dealing with schizophrenia. And all these useless people, all you do is encourage her instead for you to be praying for her.
Don't listen to this diabolical genius wizard that she has become.
How?
Iyabo Ojo and her cohorts should be held accountable for that.
For what?
Let's move on to you, Dayo Amusa. Just to trend. Let's not forget.
Like a mad woman. To be honest, she sounds like a really mad woman. Because what is wrong with people? So Lizzy Anjorin is not
the mission here for Dayo Amusa is to trend. You told musician, warriors,
she is at fault for whatever musician did. She is at fault for everything our fans did. That's why I said the only thing Iyabo Ojo can do is to inform our followers. Please, I don't want to see Lizard on my page. I don't want to see you mention Lizzy on. If it's me, that's what I would do. But at the same time, everybody's reaction is different to every action being directed towards them. So this woman reacting and acting crazy, acting stupid with these bad eyes, poking her eyes out simply because you think that Iyabo Ojo was the one that created the monster of Lizzy Anjorin, something that has been hitting her up for so long. She literally put herself in this position of fighting every one of them, one by one. And if you look at things she's fighting for, it's just created out of a thin air. That is why whatever she says now, I don't even believe it. She said so many things about Tony Abraham. She said so many things about Ronke Ojo. Even recently this year, the story of Ronke Ojo still came up until that lady that was mentioned that she was the one that was present, until the lady came up. Because then I'm still thinking to myself, maybe there's something Ronke Ojo did that we're not privy to. Until the lady came out and said that everything Lizzy was saying never happened. And you guys are still here shouting at the top of your voice.
And I was disappointed in Iyabo Ojo.
Shut up, man. I can't deal with people like this. You can't just conclude about things. You can't conclude about things. Because the problem is that even me, I thought about it. Like Iyabo Ojo could have told just like this to that Queen Madiva. Like, and she will understand, don't mention the warrior. She doesn't need to mention them. She doesn't need to mention warrior or whatever. Even though they will say, oh, her name is not warrior. Yeah, but she was the one that always says, and you warrior want to everything about her slang, people knows about it. So I don't get the reason why all these people are cussing, because why I will tell the musician to do that is that Sheko Suwani, I understand that every curses Lizzy is placing on Iyabo Ojo, our generation, is just making her prosper. To be honest, that's all I see. Everything she's saying about Iyabo Ojo, every curses, everything, it always just comes back to be a blessing for her. And now today, I thought it was only Lizzy Anjorin that has schizo, bipolar disorder and all that. Then I saw this one and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Can Iyabo Ojo even drink water and drop cup with all these people crawling out like demons from the wall? Like, I don't get it. Why are they targeting her? If anybody have a party and Iyabo Ojo attended, the person that had the party, you won't even hear about them. It's going to be centered around Iyabo Ojo. Like, what? Iyabo Ojo literally own 2025. Iyabo Ojo should just go to God and say, God, I thank you for giving me this 2025, because everything has to be about Iyabo Ojo. Bandit Trio, Iyabo Ojo. Regina Daniels and Eddie Wokofato is Iyabo Ojo. They were kidnapping, is Iyabo Ojo. Is like, what the hell is wrong? Now, I just heard new one as I was about to come on this live video. I'm not going to let this one reach one now, but I really need to share this video with you guys. It's crazy. It's very, very crazy.
WhatsApp group. Job impact wo lo ko nínú society Nigeria Iyabo Ojo.
Need to start from the beginning. Sorry. This thing needs to start from the beginning.
Especially Queen Mother. Ìwọ ló máa ṣe WhatsApp group. Job impact wo lo ko nínú society Nigeria Iyabo Ojo. Ìwọ kan náà ló fẹ́ bring VDM yìí down. Ìwọ kan náà ló máa ní cancel Naira Marley. Oh, mi rí nǹkan gidi kan tó gbé ṣe ní Nigeria as a society. Kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀, ò bọ́ ò fi ṣe kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Not done anything to the society, but Iyabo Ojo has helped a lot. Aside from a lot of people she has helped without us knowing. What about Baba Jesha case? If not Iyabo Ojo, that case would have been swept under the carpet. Thank God, because the person that called Iyabo Ojo, Bookie Black or whatever, they literally called Iyabo Ojo to come and help Baba Jesha until Iyabo Ojo realized what Baba Jesha did. And Baba Jesha served his time, irrespective of how your Mifabi tried to to paint it, try to put band-aid on grab paste. And this one, Pelenwe Nyama Nyama, too came out and literally said that Iyabo Ojo was the one that cancelled Burna Boy because Iyabo Ojo want to bring her home. And I'm like, oh, God, heal their soul. That's the only thing I could say.
Kakabe, olo, àwọn fake blogs there. This way, ó fi bali onílé jẹ́, oníwọ kọ́ ni this lover. Ṣùgbọ́n láti jọ́ this lover ò gbérí mọ́. Why tó dẹ̀ ṣe gbérí? Orí pọ́n ti cast ẹ. Ó mọ̀ pé tó bá tún continue, they will track you. Oh, impact àwọn followers ẹ in a positive way. Rather, you impacted them in a negative way. Àwọn ló máa compare wedding with celebrity bá ṣe. Àwọn ló máa compare everything. Meanwhile, all your life, all you are living on is validation on social media. What if there's no more social media? If you have got a life, Iyabo Ojo, you will not come on social media to be looking for validation up and down. You are fake from the pit of hell. You are wicked, you are evil. Ìyẹn tó fa cancel Burna Boy. Iyabo ló gbé slang yẹn jáde. Nígbà Mohbad tó kú. Òun ló ní cancel Naira Marley. Tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́ cancel Burna Boy, cancel any olórin, Iyabo Ojo ni, just because she wants to bring her own.
She wants to bring her own.
Are you connecting the dots? Kí ni Burna Boy ṣe tẹ́nìkan ṣe rí? Fame intoxicates.
Yeah, this is the part I want
to hear. Intoxicate. Anybody can make such mistakes. I know people are saying Burna Boy is arrogant.
Social media has made people's brain melt. So
Kí wá ní cancel Burna Boy? Kí ló dé tẹ́ fẹ́ cancel ẹ̀? That is Iyabo Ojo and her followers slang. Cancel. Iyabo ṣe fẹ́ gbọ́. Ọmọ ológo ni Burna Boy. Burna Boy yóò lè wálẹ̀. Burna Boy had realized his mistake and he's going to correct it with the support of his beautiful mother. Nobody can bring him down because nobody brought him up. Anything yóò lè mú wá sókè, ó lè cancel Iyabo Ojo. Kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ wá cancel gbogbo ìrandíran ẹni. So you have to stop it now because I can see people manipulating videos, old videos to test Tomo Burna Boy. They are going on to manipulate those videos. But they have cancelled Burna Boy worldwide. That is Iyabo. I can see Iyabo just hand in these things. Never say never. I be Iyabo Ojo call lo form WhatsApp group nipa justice for Mohbad.
Anyway, I'm going to stop her because she sounds so stupid, and the thing is that I seriously, like, I don't know. It's not that I'm overly intelligent or anything like that, or I'm trying to bring these people down, but it just sounds really crazy, really schizo-ish, really bipolar-ish to me. When some people will just come up with something, then I try to ask people like, is it normal or am I being too judgmental? You know, I don't want to be a Georgiana, but at the same time, like, the way these people sound, do they even listen to things they want to say? You know, we have the way our words process and comes out. You kind of process it in your brain, then you think about it, then without even hesitating, then you say stuff. Social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram has made a lot of people comfortable to the extent that they just buy a ring light and they think that they just face the camera and say whatever comes to their mind. You know, there are some words that you think about in the shower, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, and those things has to remain inside of you without it coming out. These ladies sound cool, you know. When I saw this video that I just played for you, it just made me think about, wow. They need to make asylum great again, because some people are not supposed to be roaming among the people that can actually think properly. These kind of things are the things you hear in asylum, because how are you coming up with this trash when Burna Boy was literally cancelled by the African American community? When Burna Boy was asking them to take some couples out simply because they were sleeping in his show. Like, I don't get it. These people will just come up with some stupid stuff and started, like, why? You don't have to be a blogger if you cannot use your brain. It just... Kasha Madake, I don't really want to go over the edge with these people, because the thing there is that it's not even about me liking Yabojo or hating Yabojo or hating Buki Jeshi or Jesse or whatever she call herself, or hating Lizzy Anjorin. No, I pray for Lizzy's soul, because with Lizzy one, she really needs prayer. She really needs the hands of God. This one saying that it's only God that can tame her down. No, it's only God that can help Lizzy for, to cure her of every bitterness, every anger, everything that is in her, that the devil has imparted in her towards Yabo Ojo. Because the problem is that as she's cursing that lady, God keep blessing her. That is what the Bible says. She's going to be receiving blessing. You can't hate someone to the extent of hating yourself. Like, you hate someone to the extent of thinking of them, how do I put this thing? You are eating poison, then you are thinking that person you hated so much should die. That is the way I see Lizzy's case. But with this bookie, just say whatever her name is, she lives abroad, but yet maybe it's loneliness, maybe it's because everything she has always said is full of lies, is full of not making sense. It's mostly nonsense, because Burna Boy was cancelled because of his behavior. Saying that Yabojo cannot bring Burna Boy down. See, nobody can bring anybody down. You will bring yourself down. When Lizzy became somebody that was ostracized from the Nollywood entertainment, whereby they hardly invite her to parties and everything, she ostracized herself. Nobody did that. You can only bring yourself up and you can bring yourself down. You just need the help of people to get to that top. And what Burna Boy is doing literally is that the people that put him there, he is looking down on them. Why will you tell them to take someone out because they were sleeping? It was a night show. They might be tired because they're not feeling the vibes, or you don't even know what they have put in their body to make them tired and sleeping. And you tell them to carry them out, you're not going to sing. Burna Boy did the same thing. Burna Boy has been doing this thing for years. My husband was showing me a video whereby one white man was interviewing Burna Boy's mom, Burna Boy's granddad, the dad's the mom's dad, and Burna Boy was there, and they were talking about something I can't even remember. Babe, what were they talking about with Burna Boy in that video? And Burna Boy just like, this is stupid shit, I can't stand here, and just walked out. Yeah, I think the granddad was talking about the past, like how they will play shows with fella and everything, and how they won't even get paid, how they will be talked to, saying things like that. And Burna Boy was like, what's all this stupid shit? Even the mom was embarrassed. And this one is saying, with the help of the mom, Burna Boy will come up. Go and ask Tyler from South Africa. One little mistake, African American community cancelled her. She's not back, like she hasn't bounced back. Nigeria are not going to cancel Burna Boy, because Nigerians will always accept. Nigeria that can accept all these stupid politicians, is it that same Nigeria that will now cancel Burna Boy? They love Burna Boy. But the problem, Burna Boy, is his own problem. It's not Yabo Ojo. Can Yabo Ojo actually drink water and drop cup in that Nigeria? It's crazy. Everything, Yabo Ojo, even if somebody did not breathe well, Yabo Ojo, if something happened to our president tomorrow now, it's Yabo Ojo. If Lagos, just water, just go into someone's house, it's Yabo Ojo. What the hell is wrong with you people? And same thing, Lizzy Anjorin, you that is always coming out attacking people, saying that whenever anything happens to you. No, it's Yabojo that was actually meant to tell you that if anything happens to her kids, that Yamusa can tell you, because I've not seen where Yabojo is sitting down and calling your child. Our follower might be doing that. Our fans might be doing that. But do you believe that she instructed them? Same accusation levied against Toyin? No, because after everything Lizzy Anjorin put Toyin through that time, he eventually came out that it was Lizzy Anjorin that paid Mamesa board to be dragging Toyin. And you're accusing Toyin of paying people to drag you. Lizzy does what she accused people of doing. That's why I said I just pray that the touch of God, like God should just, burn that anger, that vengeance, roaring. That thing is of the devil. It is of the devil. And I pray that God will heal her so that every spirit of schizo, every spirit of bipolar, every spirit of, thinking that people are out to get you when nobody is really after you, God should cure all those spirits. So this one now coming out saying that Yabojo was the one that started cancel Burna Boy. No, Burna Boy has been canceling himself for so long. He had a show in UK here. One guy was not vibing to his song. Burna Boy asked them to carry the person out. If they don't carry this person out, he's not going to continue singing, and he left the stage. That is arrogance. Ego will cancel you. Arrogance will cancel you. Nobody. Do you know how many times they've tried to cancel that video? How many times Wizkid has been tried to? Nobody can cancel anyone if God did not cancel them. Because nobody put him there. It was the favor of God. It was the hand of God that lifted him up to that stage. So it's left to him and his character. Talents can take you so far. Talents can put you at the top there. But what makes you stay at that top is your character. So Burna Boy just need to adjust his character. That's what people don't realize. You might have the best talent in the whole world. Your character allow you to stay at the top. I think a lot of all these talents, all these people need to take a page from Don Jazzy's book. How he stays relevant for so long is because of his humility. That's what kept Don Jazzy where he is today. It's not because he knows how to do it. Omo Luju, Omo Duju. Talent will take you so far, but your character will make you stay at that top. Anyway, I'm done. I just pray for Yabojo and her family that God should continue to bless them, because for real, as this 2025 is rolling by, I just look since April or March or since last year that she announced that her daughter is getting married and everything. It just seems like the entire Nigeria just belongs to her. And everything that happens in Nigeria from there and on is just Yabojo. At this point, even if federal government want to get attention of youths or anything, maybe they should just send Yabojo. Because a lot of people were selling out, sold out, simply because they mentioned Yabojo. And you are telling me that she's not blessed. The Bible says I will bless, like those who bless you, I will bless. Those who curse you, I will curse. Because I've not seen her sit down and started calling someone's child Oku, or calling someone's child Oku something, Oku Kinika. It's the ways are not God ways. And you can't just come out and accuse people of things that you are not privy to. Did Burna Boy sit you down and tell you that it was Yabojo that asked the African American community to cancel his shows? It was his character, and he's been doing it for so long. Ego, arrogance. Anyway, you guys, I don't even know I'm going to stay this long. All right, you guys, please, as you're coming in watching this, please don't forget, give this video a thumbs up, share if you like it. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And also on your way out, don't forget, give this video a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. I'm making efforts, you guys. I know you guys prefer shorts, but this kind of video makes us break down things, and things you don't know that you just see short clip and it makes you angry. when you see someone break it down like this, it kind of puts it in a more context or in more perspectives for you to really understand what is actually going on. And if you have a story you want to share with me, as you're seeing on the screen, every of my name is Debbie Fashtar. Don't forget to reach out to me and I will get on it and do a more in-depth research about it. And don't forget to keep checking out my shorts on YouTube. I'll continue to upload that. And do have a fabulous week. It is the last day of November. Oh my God. Christmas is knocking. It's beginning to look like Christmas. Anyway, have a fabulous week, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Ciao.